Welcome to the Kyle and Jim Fantasy Football Extraordinaire. I have not come up with any clever start to this one, so we'll just kick it right off. How you guys doing today?
I am good. Works crazy because I ship UPS and it's the fucking holidays. So
yeah.
I'm glad to be done with that for the day. But other than that, things are good. Packers looking good. Fantasy is what it is. We'll get to that in the other half of the show, but life in general is good. How about you, Heebs?
I'm pretty solid. I can't complain. Work is busy, but I'm learning a lot, so it's great. I'm here doing the podcast. I won in fantasy again.
You didn't even need to win.
You seem way too concerned about winning it this week when you were locked. Nothing mattered.
Well, I still had a shot at the number one seed.
But number one and
number two seed are the same.
There's
thing.
no difference.
Yeah, but it depends upon.
Sometimes you don't want to be the number one.
Yeah,
you want to be number two, depending on who you get to play.
We randomize the middle four are randomized anyways, so it's not really gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna give you better odds being on either side of the bracket.
Okay.
What about you, Jim? How you doing today?
Yeah, as you guys know, we talked about it and last week. I think I might have mentioned on the podcast, but I finally got the job. Pretty excited about that. So a lot of hard work over the years. I didn't go for IT. I was a graphic design person from college, or that's what I went to college for, and made a lot of changes to go into tech and IT, and finally it's kind of paying off. All that work over the last 8 years, my resume was pretty good, so I got hopefully a job that might be maybe the job I retire at. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, I have never walked into a job and felt that way, so that's cool to feel. It's a really good company.
So Jim and Vicky, you're up north, and they're staying up north. Do you just want to be up there because you're closer to Michigan, closer to the Lions? Is that part
I'm further from the Lions.
Well, you're closer to is Michigan.
I could have just shot across Lake Michigan and been in like Lansing.
Well, I mean, you're further away from the actual team, but you're closer to the state that they play for.
Oh, maybe I'll be in the state eventually. There's more Packer fans in this area anyway. But yeah, it is kind of nice. When I first went for my interview, the lady had like a Lions mug, and I was like, yeah, I like this place already. And she's like, oh, you're a Lions fan? I'm like, hell yeah. So I might have some other Lions fans there, which will be nice to have people to talk to. But I would imagine like 80% of them will still be Packer fans. But that just means it'll be more fun. I'll have someone on my side instead of always being like 10 versus 1 wherever I am. So I look forward to that.
Well, if it's the HR lady too, you can go to her whenever the Packers fans are harassing you when you lose.
I think she was front desk. She might be HR. Not sure.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah.
I guess the HR lady is Vicky's, where she works. I guess he's like the owner. I don't know. It's like an insurance company. So like he still works for American Family, but he runs like his like location. His wife's sister is the one who runs HR there. So like there's a bunch of connections already from people that she knows. And we've only been here for what, couple months, 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small town living. That's how it goes,
right.
I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Once you guys get a house up there, we'll have to drive up there and have a weekend rager.
Oh yeah. This is definitely going to help move that along. That's going to be probably happening a lot sooner now, because now we don't have to worry about me like losing my job while we bought a house. So we're like, well, we should wait till I get a job, and we weren't sure how long this is going to take. I literally thought this could take months because there was nothing, and I got the first job I applied for. It was the only job I really wanted. Awesome. So yeah, it's kind of surreal right now.
We're happy for you. Should we jump into the football? Football it is.
Let's go.
All right, we're starting off with the first game of the week, the Lions versus the Cowboys. The Lions win 44-30.
Spanked them.
Spanked them pretty good, yeah. Lions, so they keep their playoffs hopes alive with this win. Cowboys, they pretty much did the opposite and almost killed their playoff hopes. Almost. They're not dead, but damn near. I mean, basically, we said it last week. Losing this game was kind of definitely on the back foot and grasping at straws to make the playoffs, so... Good win by the Lions, and a dominant win, honestly. Win by
about that. I think if they won, they would have been a 50% chance to make the playoffs, and now they're like 5. Like that loss went from like a 50 to 5, so it's a 45% difference or something crazy. So yeah, that was a huge game. The Lions didn't have as big of a drop, but even for the Lions, it would have been like 50 to 20. So that was a must-win game, even though it's still kind of early for that. You can't get much more must-win than that.
The Cowboys got helped a little bit because the Eagles lost. which we can touch on later, but that probably bumps their chances up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because one of the ways to get in, maybe their only way to get in is to win that division. And we'll get into that later. We'll stick on Lions Cowboys for now. Yeah, so maybe for 3 weeks after the trade deadline, and what was it? Is it Quinnen Williams? Is that the guy the Cowboys picked up? That interior guy? Yeah.
Former Jet, Alabama.
Yeah, so for 3 weeks, there was all that Cowboys D is pretty good now. They look good against the Raiders, the Eagles, and the Chiefs, but I think they can be put to bed. Yeah, they were kind of good at stopping the run, which is what Jerry Jones is all about with, the Micah Parsons trade for Kenny Clark. They wanted more of a run stopper than a pass rusher, and then they get Quinnen Williams, who's a little bit more of an interior guy too. And for 3 weeks, it did look like they were good at stopping the run, but you look back and it's like, he beat the Raiders, and yeah, Genty's good, but his team fucking sucks. His offensive line sucks. You beat the Eagles, who are just, I don't know what's. Saquon does not suck. I don't think Genty sucks either, but both these teams, they can't run the ball this year. The Chiefs is actually the best running team out of these three, and they're not a good running team either. So I don't know. The Cowboys D is not good. It just isn't. They had a good little stretch there.
And they always get overhyped because of their Cowboys. So any mild success gets overblown. So even going into this game, I kind of thought they were one of those. It was a little bit false, just overall, I think people got a little too excited just because of the narrative and the media likes to overplay the Cowboys.
Yeah, well, and it's that, and plus they're on a stretch of. Throw out the Raiders, but they beat the Eagles and they beat the Chiefs in the 2 weeks prior, which is the two Super Bowl teams from last year, and he beat them both, which is cool normally, but this year the two Super Bowl teams don't look good this year, so it's not as cool.
Right. And the Eagles, especially the last couple of weeks, have been clearly showing signs of problems. Not the Chiefs as much, but yeah, it's still 3 average wins to below average wins, I would say. Which still 3 wins in a row is a big deal, but yeah, it got overblown because of their Cowboys.
Yeah. I think we'll hit on their offense. Yeah, we will. So Lions offense, though, Amon-Ra, he comes back. They don't only miss half a game with the ankle sprain. Is that what they said he had?
Yeah, it was a low grade one. Yeah, it wasn't a high ankle. Yeah. It's multiple weeks. It was a low. They always said it was probably going to be 1 to 2 weeks, but originally it was not expected for him to play this game. But it as much as it's cliche as that is a Mr. Universe, and this guy has basically been in a weight room his whole life, so I feel like he's kind of those guys that gets healthier faster than others. He just knows how to work his body. Even his dad, I remember watching videos, he was bitching about other players. He's like, that's not how you work out. That ain't gonna help you at all. And that's a guy talking to professional athletes saying they're doing it wrong. So I'm assuming Amon-Ra probably has the best of the best weight training in the league.
Yeah, he did not look like he had a hurt ankle.
No,
I'll put it that way. He was out there running full speed, making cuts. He looked good. He looked like typical Amon-Ra.
If that was him hobbled, I don't know what he looks like fully healthy.
No, yeah, he looked like he always does. He looked fantastic. Yeah. Other than that, Lions also they got their running backs going again. Ground game. Oh, this doesn't make any sense. I don't know what I'm writing, but. Oh yeah, the running game, the ground game was a little bit lackluster. Only 109 yards in the ground, but the screen plays and dump offs were huge because Gibbs went for 120 yards and 3 touchdowns. Monty went for 56 yards and another touchdown. Yeah, I think a lot of Gibbs' production was those little short screen passes, and he was doing work with those. It wasn't so much just hand the ball to him kind of game.
He had some good runs, but they were touchdowns. They were 15, 20-yard touchdowns. We're that's a 90-yard touchdown in any other situation. He broke it, but he didn't need anything else. So his runs kind of got cut short because of that too. And he is kind of one of those guys that's a big chunk guy, right? He might have a couple duds and then a 50-yard run. So that did play a little bit in the yardage. But yeah, he wasn't as effective running as Monty was in this game. He was more of a receiver. A lot of it. I think he had 7 catches, 76 yards or something like that.
Yeah, he had a lot in the passing game. Lions D, they looked a little bit better in this one as well. They sacked Dak 5 times. Shockingly, none from Hutch once again. Hutch is been a no-show for a couple weeks.
He wasn't a no-show in this game. He probably had one of the most impressive fourth quarters I've seen all season from him. He had like 11 pressures. He was actually going off, and that's why the other guy got 3 sacks. Hutch was unstoppable at the end of that game.
Yeah, that was going to kind of say the same thing. Like he was
down while we were watching, so I didn't.
It's kind of like, you might not see Parsons on the stat sheet, but that doesn't mean that he's not being effective. Same thing with Hutch. Mm-hmm. Like Hutch is going to draw Parsons type of blocking.
He had like 6 or 7 pressures in the fourth quarter. He just turned it on like that. Again, that was the best I've probably seen him all season. That kind of shows you sacks are kind of always not really all the.
No, I don't remember how many quarterback pressures he had, but I know it was more than 5.
What, Hutchinson?
Yeah,
it was over 11. He had like 11 pressures.
Oh, holy shit!
He had the most pressures in a game this season. Like he was going off, and he almost had Dak like 4 or 5 times himself, and Dak would just be just slightly getting away from him, and then again he'd always go and get sacked by someone else. So yeah, no, Hutch had an incredible game. He's been slow the last couple weeks, and I was kind of curious if he was injured or something. He does play more snaps than almost any defensive lineman too, so I think that also kind of plays into it. He gets himself kind of tired because I think what Hutch plays like 93%. I'm pretty sure Parsons plays like 75%. Like Garrett plays like around like 75 to 85. So like it just tells you Hutch plays a lot of snaps. So I think sometimes he gets gassed at the end of games, but I think he kept it at the end of this game and turned it up a notch.
Yeah. Both quarterbacks in this game were very good. 25 of 34, 309 yards and a touchdown. I mean, the running backs ran all the touchdowns in for him. Dak, he was 31 of 47, 376 yards, 1 touchdown. He had 2 picks though. I mean, that's the difference. I mean, you lose by 14, you throw 2 picks. You lost by 2 touchdowns because he kind of just gave 2 possessions away. Can't be having that.
His receivers gave 2 possessions away. I mean, I think one was a good defensive play, and then the other one is just the defender or the receiver just didn't catch the ball. So yeah, I can't really say the Lions made great plays. It was more, or Dak played poorly. It was just bad circumstance.
Yeah, one of the notes I had, this was CD. He was having a great game, but then he exited with an injury. It looked like he was concussed to me. I don't think they ever said that on the field, but
he went
like he was doing the Tua thing. Yeah, with the hands up.
Yep.
But they didn't say that at all during the game, and they didn't. I didn't look into it in the injury report. I don't know why I didn't look into that.
I mean, commentators just suck because I saw it. I'm like, that's a concussion. It looked 100% like a concussion.
That's what I thought too.
It's in a fencing position. That's always in concussion. Yeah, they were like, "Oh, is his shoulder? Did he hit his head?" And I was just like, "No, he's had a concussion." Like, and then they brought him.
Did you see the dude's fingers?
Yeah,
like he was possessed.
His one arm was at a 90-degree angle, and his fingers were like
they were all like the one looked like it was like bent way back. Yeah. I'm like, bro. That was like Tua. I remember, like one of the first concussions that he had that where his whole body was like frozen in time for a few seconds. Like, dude, is bro dead?
Yeah, no, that's scary stuff.
Has Dak had a history, or Dak has a CD?
I don't think so.
Concussions, or
no? He's a pretty healthy guy, I think, as a receiver.
Yeah,
I mean, he might have like a hamstring issue every now and then, but I don't think he ever had any other serious injuries. What's up, cheeseburger?
Yeah, and then other Cowboys notes. Pickens, he had a very quiet game. Honestly, he was one of the picks bounced right off his hands, and there are a couple other ones in this game where they're like contested balls that he just like didn't get, and he always gets those. And then there was one throw too where Dak hit him deep with only one guy on him. It looks like he didn't even like try. It looked very low effort on his part.
That one,
and it might have been underthrown worse than it was based on the angle I was seeing it from. But I mean, it looked like he just like looked at it fall to his right. It's like you didn't even like put your arms out or nothing. But maybe it was like 5 yards short. It wasn't even close. The depth perception on a TV screen is hard to see.
Yeah, Reddit had like a different angle, like the all 22 angle, and it was clear.
Yeah,
the
all 22.
He didn't have a shot.
I didn't go and look at that one.
Yeah, so he didn't really have a shot at it. I mean, it wasn't like he just gave up on it or didn't see it. It just like the ball was behind him. He would have had to completely stop, turn around. I don't think he even still had a shot at it. It probably got picked if he tried to move that much because that would probably make the defender go, "Oh, what's going on?" and then turn around. Bad. It was a bad pass.
Yeah. The only other note I have from this game is Brian Branch tore his Achilles and will miss the rest of the season, possibly someone next season. I mean, that sucks. That's one of your best defensive players.
He's arguably the second best defensive player on the team. Yeah,
I don't like Brian Branch very much, personally. I think he's a bit of a douche, but it still sucks for the team, and it sucks.
Still don't want to wish that on anybody.
Yeah. I mean, I know, what was it, like 2 weeks ago? I mean, this guy has had, like, I think I looked into this at, like, week after the first, no, it wasn't after the first Packer game. But he had, like, I can't remember. He'd been fined by the league by, like, 5 times by, like, week 6 this year. I was like, that's not good. You got to cool your shit. And then
he's a little bit Juju of a after the guy.
Yeah, but he punched Juju in the head after the game, at the Chiefs game. Like, it was, like, after when they're going to shake hands. But since then, I've seen Juju get punched in the nuts. Yeah. And I've seen interviews of guys. I saw a guy saying, Juju's a fucking hoe. And I don't feel bad about anything that happened to him. So I'm like, maybe Juju just crosses some lines when he's talking shit out there.
Juju is the
I would not surprise me.
In that situation.
But he's dirty in like it seems like he's dirty in a, like he talks dirty or something. Like he must be saying shit to these players. Because you watch the tape and it's like, yeah, you do some kind of shady blocks and that kind of thing. But I don't ever see anything egregious from him on the field. But I'm like, you must be saying something. You must be saying something.
There's like competitive trash talking, in which is like all in, just in that.
It's like I own you, I'm faster than you, I fucking slapped that down, you're never gonna catch something against me. And there's like
crossing.
Hey, how's your fucking daughter doing, man? And hey, your wife, I saw her like last weekend. It's like, yeah.
Like that's the kind of shit
against Juju in particular. Juju blindsided him on like a quarterback kneel. And that's why
I remember seeing the replay.
And like he was like, yeah, that I could get injured, and the ref didn't do shit, so he got pissed. So yeah, I don't agree with Branch, going back and like punching him or anything like that. And like, Branch does lose his cool a bit. I don't think he's trying to be a dirty player. I think Branch is just kind of those guys that like maybe sometimes plays a little bit past the whistle, just because like he always plays to the whistle, like he just doesn't stop. But yeah, I can definitely see how people can that he's dirty. I think the NFL also tries to make an example of him more so than other players. And I think that's part of the reason why he gets a little bit more fined. But yeah, there's definitely been a lot of situations where he's been, he tackles with his head a little bit too much. Again, I don't think he's intentionally trying to hurt someone, but you can't do that. You got to wrap up, stop bleeding with your head. Like I do feel for him a little bit in that sense. Like I don't see a dirty player. This is not Ndamukong Suh, like trying to go out and intentionally injure people. I just think he's a guy who plays at 100%, and unfortunately, I think he gets a little too far sometimes for his own good. But I think he can be a little of a hothead, and that's what happened with that Juju thing. And I think that's one reason why the NFL wants to make an example of him. But I've seen dirty players. I don't think he's a dirty player, but I can definitely digress and from there.
Like I said, I think Juju's also saying things to people.
Well, like you said,
the
one
fact
guy
he got
was like,
punched in the fucking dick. Like, boy, you must have really pissed that guy off.
Well, that guy said he deserved it too. He's like, I don't regret.
No, that was a different player. That was a different player on a different team. Was like, nah, Juju's a hoe. He deserves it.
Yeah,
I didn't say he deserves it. He's like, I don't feel bad about anything that happens. So.
There's only one time I agree with Juju is when he blindsided Vontaze Burfict and gave him a concussion, because Vontaze Burfict was probably the most dirty player I've seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And he like laid that guy out, and I'm pretty sure that was 100% intentional, but that's like what Juju does all the time. It wasn't like he just targeted Vontaze. I mean, he probably did too, but yeah, he's a dirty player. Juju's got a long history of it.
Yeah, but yeah, that was the last note. So yeah, I mean, you're down another one of your. You're down a star safety. Is Kirby Joseph coming back, or is he?
He almost came back for the Dallas game.
Yeah, I thought he was supposed to be back this week, but
so you're not going to see them both in the field for the rest of the year, I guess, which is a bummer.
Which sucks. We probably have the best safety tandem in the league, and we haven't seen.
Yeah,
we saw 2 games
for
this
real.
Year. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, that's been our Achilles heel the last 2 years. We just keep getting injured. I think this year is better than last, but we're still, I think, the most IR team in the league. So I don't.
It's crazy.
It's
like the McCarthy Packer era. I swear to God, they could never keep a healthy team on the field the entire time McCarthy was head coach.
I mean,
I still feel this is one of the top 2 most talented teams in the league. I don't think if there's one more talented team in the league, it's the Eagles, in my opinion. And I don't know what's going on with them this year.
We'll get to that.
Yeah,
we'll get to the Eagles game.
Pure talent. If everything was going right, everyone was healthy, I think the Lions are either 1 or 2 in the league. But if you can't stay healthy, it doesn't matter. Best ability is availability, and the Lions seem to struggle with that. But
well, they got their win,
this
and
game,
their playoff chances are pretty good now. They're not great, but they're over 50%, I believe.
Yeah,
and honestly,
something like that.
Honestly, looking at what the schedules are, I think it's it's going to come down to. There's a very good chance you versus the Bears week. Is it 18 now? The last week of the season.
That could be for a playoff.
That might be for
playoff
who gets
spot.
a wild card spot or who makes a playoff spot. Honestly, I shouldn't talk like the Packers have the division because
you still got to beat the Bears again. I mean, you guys only got the one game against them, right? So you got to win another. Like, they didn't play bad.
True.
You know, I know
our schedule's not that easy either. We got to go play the number 1 seed in the NFC this week. So, but yeah, I mean that you needed that win though. I mean, if you lose that game, your playoff chance would drop to like 25%. Like you were like win out and hope for some mistakes from other teams. But
we can lose to the Rams and then our schedule really opens up. So like it's
that
nice to know that we can lose that game, even though I think we actually match up pretty well against the Rams. They're kind of similar to the Cowboys. They're like a better version of the Cowboys, just with a better defense. Like their offense, 2 stud receivers, kind of just like a average to above average running back, and then their defense, if they play well, the Cowboys are generally a pretty solid team. That's the Rams every week, though. They have really good defense. So that's a big game. If they beat the Rams, though, I think they're pretty much a lock for the playoffs at that point. So big game this week. I don't think, like I said, I don't think anyone wants to see the Lions. Like, even though we're having a down year offensively, like we're still the number 1 scoring offense in the league. Like that's how good this offense is. Like people are like, oh yeah, this offense is nowhere near as good as last year. Yeah, they're still the best offense in the league. Point ways, because like the Cowboys are number 1. I think this game flipped us.
Hey Jim, knock knock. Owen
who?
0-2 against the Packers.
Packers are sweeping the division this year to make up from last year. We won one fucking
I still want the
divisional
Packers in the
game against
playoffs.
the Bears last year.
I still want the Packers in the playoffs.
Well, you got to get to the playoffs to get that matchup.
Hey,
Green Bay has the tiebreaker in the division because they're the only team that has 4 wins in the division.
Yeah, the most we could lose is 2.
Yeah,
because we got the Vikings
and the Bears.
We have the Vikings.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have the
Bears and Vikings. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have the Vikings the final week of the season.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a chance we're benching players at that point.
Yeah,
not much of a chance, but there is a chance. Yeah, this week with the Lions game is the weird one this week because it's like you kind of want to root for the Lions to beat the Rams because that opens up the number 1 spot for us.
Right.
But I also don't want to root for the Lions.
Though. I don't think anyone wants the Lions in the playoffs. I'm telling you.
I would happily play you in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have no problems with us beating the same team 3 times in the season.
In the playoffs. Just tell me.
Green Bay did it against the Bears the year they won the Super Bowl.
You would have to come to Lambeau though, and Goff. I think Goff would embarrass himself in Lambeau again. You guys did better at home. Like you kept it competitive at least, but I don't think you guys would.
Yeah, that was early on the season for our young offensive line.
Yeah,
they're
all year our defense has been fucking lights out at home. Like we are allowed.
Yeah, I think our defense is going to get more fired up the colder it gets.
We're averaging like 15 points a game allowed at home. Okay. Like it's been pretty good.
I want you guys. I think it's just the odds are pretty good. Lions are still a really good team.
They're not. I think they'll make the playoffs. I think if I had to pick right now between Bears or Lions going to the playoffs, I'd say the Lions are more likely, in my opinion. I think there's a chance I
think that's fair. I think the Lions beat the Bears. So if you favor the Lions versus the Bears in that final game, I think you kind of have to pick the Lions because I mean that game right there kind of flips their record. Because I think if the Lions beat them, we would technically be ahead of them right now. So, and the Lions have the easier schedule going forward. So, yeah, I think the Lions are. It's still like it's a 50-60% right now, but it's probably a little better than that because I think our schedule's easier.
Yeah. Other than the Rams, but. Yeah, after that,
like I said, we can lose the Rams game, and I'm not even worried. I think the rest of the schedules, the last 3 games are a lot easier. So, but again, we match up well against the Rams. I think we beat them the last 2 times we played them. I'm not. All
right, jump into the Vikings. The Vikings, the Commanders.
Do it.
Get into the next one. Vikings, Commanders. So the Vikings win this one decisively, 31-0. So I think this is the 3rd shutout of the year. When I looked, I could not believe this. I mean, the Commanders aren't good, so take it for what it is. But J.D. McCarthy, I mean, he plays very well in this game. 16-23, I guess not very well, but 16-23 for 163 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no picks. I mean, that's the big one, 3 touchdowns and no picks. He didn't turn the ball over. I guess it's not really a lot of yards. It's only 16 completions, but it's far and away his best game of the season. And I mean, Vikings fans have to be happy to see that. I'm curious if that they can continue on with that kind of production, or if the Commanders just have a atrocious defense that just kind of allowed this to happen. I honestly don't know. I only watched and I think one of the Vikings touchdowns was a pick six.
I would imagine, yeah. I think they did have one.
Because 30, yeah, it had to have been. But their ground game was actually productive, 162 total yards. Vikings defense was excellent. Yeah, okay, I do have it down. Yeah, they had they held their opponents to 0. They snagged 2 picks, a fumble recovery, and they got 2 sacks. Jane Daniels, he stinks. Got injured again.
He got injured on the touchdown, the defensive touchdown, because the safety blew him up and he went flying and hit the ground hard.
And then Marcus Mariota, he also sucks, but he finished the game. I don't know. I mean, the Commanders that's a huge fall from grace for them. And some of it's probably just Jane Daniels playing a couple games, being injured for a couple games, playing a couple games, being injured for 5 games, coming back, getting injured again. It's hard to get into a rhythm if your quarterback's in and out.
Exactly. That's a big reason for their, down year. Yeah, I don't think they're as good as they were last year. I wasn't a huge fan of them. I know we talked about that earlier in the year, but yeah, a lot of it's just you can't get in rhythm for a season when they're playing musical chairs at quarterback.
What do you guys think of JJ McCarthy in this one though? Because Kevin O'Connell came out. I can't remember if it was O'Connell or a different coach, but they're kind of saying we're going to ignore the fundamentals and the basics and the throwing motions, all stuff. We're just going to say, JJ, just go play. These are the plays. Go play. Don't worry about your form. Don't worry about this. Just just go play. And it worked. It's his best game of the year. It's not a fantastic game by any means, but it's a pretty good game. That's the first time we've seen a pretty good game from him, honestly, since week 1, which wasn't even a pretty good game. It was a pretty good fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's really all it was. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious. I wish I knew some Vikings fans to see what they thought of this, because I don't put much stock into one game. Even if it's 31-0. That's you got to feel good, but at the same time, I feel like Vikings fans almost would want to rather lose at this point. Be like, let's just lose and get a higher draft pick. What are you actually waiting for at this point? Not much.
If you're a Vikings fan, you just want to see JJ McCarthy finish the year strong. I what you're saying, I think that is exactly what they did. I think you want to see JJ McCarthy finish the year strong. He's still a young quarterback, and let's say they do, like we said, they're letting him just kind of play. Don't worry about your mechanics. Don't worry about that. Just worry about the play. Worry about completing the pass. Let's not try to let's not try to spread this guy too thin. He played pretty well in that situation, it's the way he beat the Lions. He kind of did a lot of first read, and he did a lot of run options, which is what he did in college. So against the Lions, he played pretty well. And I'm guessing the next team was they're just doing real basic offense stuff. They get a little more film on them, and then it went to shit, obviously, the next couple of weeks. So now you come back, the other team's adjusted. Now it's your turn to adjust. So they adjusted by, breaking things down even more simple for McCarthy, and then letting him play to his strengths. Look at Rodgers and Love. They literally changed their throwing motion and their mechanics when they were on the bench for their first couple of years. Neither of those guys are going to be as successful without that, right? That's a big deal. JJ McCarthy didn't get to do that, and a lot of these young quarterbacks don't get to do that. So it's hard. It is hard because a lot of these guys have broken mechanics, and these NFL coaches want to fix it. So these raw guys. But not everyone can be Josh Allen and just play through a season and just figure it out, and then eventually it works. Maybe McCarthy can do that, but I think it's a productive and a positive thing for him to have this game after them changing things up a little bit. It's still concerning he can't get Justin Jefferson involved. You have, in my opinion, the best receiver in the world, and he had 2 catches for 4 yards. So obviously teams are going to be doubling him and taking him out, but you want to see him getting Jefferson involved and making some deeper plays down the field, because their offense is stacked at the receiving position, so he should be able to put up a lot more than 16 for 23 and 163 yards. That's still a game manager number, and they have the offense that could compete with the Lions and the Cowboys, as in the Rams is maybe one of the best ones in the league if they had a good quarterback. That's all they're missing, really. as a quarterback. So, you still want to see better, but you just want to see him string together some good games at the end of the year. And if like he does this for like 3 or 4 games and it's not like great, but it's good, I think you still go in the offseason being like, okay, that's good. We'll then see what we get with JJ McCarthy and then the other guy on the other side of the field, maybe bringing in Marcus Mariota. If it ends up being bad, at least you have like that guy who could probably keep your season afloat or maybe get you in the playoffs. Or JJ McCarthy could just be not the guy at that point. But that's what I would do if I were them. That's
kind of what I worry about. Like that's why I don't want to. If I was a Vikings fan, I feel like I almost wouldn't want to see him have like a final stretch of like, all right, it looks okay now. Because like now we're gonna fucking stick with him instead of just being like, fuck this, we fucked up, let's move on. Let's abandon ship and jump on to the next thing. Because it's, boy, I mean, I don't know, like they were just.
Well, they could
an
still
okay game, but there were so many fucking just god awful fucking games. Like, how many terrible games can you have before you're just like, I don't know, you shouldn't be this bad, man. Like, I understand being bad, but like, this is beyond. This is like basement worst of all time bad is what he was doing.
I don't know. I wouldn't take too much stock into this one. I personally Washington's checked out. I mean,
that's part of it.
I don't know. Like he had a good game. It still wasn't over. I don't know. It wasn't overly impressive. Still, I don't know. I'm gonna say he's not there yet.
He's not there yet.
I don't know.
He's not there yet. Give up on him. Like they will still give him a shot next year. You don't even have to even give up on another quarterback. Like it's just they're going to be in a position where they probably can't get another like good quarterback, like a young quarterback option. Like the draft, generally the top 10 picks is where those guys go. I mean, they drafted McCarthy 10th overall, so they either have to trade a bunch of capital to get someone they really like, or they just kind of stay put with him for a year and just again bring in like a kind of a journeyman type guy that maybe has a little bit of an upside to be better than just an average starter, kind of like what they had with Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones. There's probably going to be another guy like that. That's the perfect situation for them to bring in someone like that with JJ McCarthy, because now it's not going to be like last year where Daniel Jones turned him down. They're going to be like, oh, this guy sucks. I can probably be the starter here after this guy fails for the first 2 games. And then they get to then have the Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold arc, which with Kevin O'Connell, I think people are going to take that. So they're going to probably be looking at a good quarterback next year. I don't know who that is, but someone that's going to be at least probably even better than Marcus Mariota. I just like to use him because he's just someone that kind of fits that, backup that is when he starts, he can put together good games. He can keep a team afloat for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with the trend of the NFL right now, maybe they can call up like Joe Montana, see if he's still wanting to play football. That's who the hell knows. He's only like 60 something. Bringing old men out of retirement every year these days, so why the fuck not? Where's the boundary?
I'm so happy to watch
Brady could probably still play too.
Brady might actually be able to still play.
I'm sure Brady could actually probably win a Super Bowl still. I mean, he's only been like 2 years out.
He would demand an offensive line, and he'll just kneel down as soon as someone's about to get anywhere close to him. But that's fine.
And again, the Vikings are the team that a quarterback like that would want to go to, not necessarily a guy who's like retired, but a guy who could be, maybe a little younger than Joe Flacco, and then be like someone that you can win games with. They can be like, this roster's stacked still. Like, we know this is a good roster. It's pretty much the same roster as last year that went had 3 losses or something. Yeah, 14-3.
14 games.
Yeah. Like, this is a good roster with really good coaching. It is only being taken down from injuries on the offensive line and bad quarterback play. The rest of the roster is very solid. I went into this season saying I thought that was the second best roster in the division. Obviously, that's probably wrong because you have a glaring hole at quarterback, but everywhere else, they're very well off.
Their defense is awesome too. I forget their play caller on defense, but
the DC,
yeah. He's been so good for his tenure there. I mean, he's shut down several he's shut down a lot of high-flying offenses with not like a star-studded defensive lineup either. But Flores is awesome.
Oh yeah.
No, he's
and
the cool thing is his defense.
He's done things to really good offenses and just he slows them the fuck down and just almost. I mean, he knows how to read what offenses like to do and take it away from them. He's done a very awesome job at that.
You need a really good offensive line to beat him.
Minnesota's front,
Yeah,
their defensive line is so good.
That's good.
So
but they
good.
also just do like a lot of like weird blitzes too. It's like
That's what it is.
Sometimes you see those sacks that come in. It's like that was a cool fucking play.
That's
like
why
two
they
guys
destroyed
drop
the
back
Lions.
and two other fucking guys just come running in. It's like that was cool. That was unique.
Yeah, it's all stunts. It's all pressure from all areas. They're almost like a 3-4, even though they're in a 4-3 base. Like all their linebackers can rush the passer, and they can take advantage of poor line play. A good, disciplined offensive line beats them. Like they're not a defense that can just overpower everyone. They do have to take advantage of like your weakest link. Like the Packers, I think they can go strength on strength with most offenses. I don't think the Vikings can do that. Like last year's offense line, the Lions offense line, we just bopped up the Vikings every year because like we didn't care about all that because our offense just picked it all up, or our offensive line did. But like this year with inexperience in the middle, they just confused the hell out of us in the middle of the offensive line, and they just kept getting pressure on Goff. So it's kind of weird because it's not like a super. They are very talented, but they're not like a top talented defense. They do rely a lot on Flores' play calling and then their stunts and like how they rush the passer. But it's still it works. So I don't think it's really that good in the playoffs because then you start playing against better teams. That's where I think why I don't like it as like they still are missing something, I think, to really be a competitive playoff defense. But in the regular season, there might not be a much better defense.
Yeah. Any final thoughts, Vikings Commanders?
Please save Justin Jefferson. I feel so bad for that man.
Yeah, I think the last 2 weeks. I think in the last 2 weeks he's had like 16 yards. That's brutal.
Yeah.
He's so like try not to be checked out, but you can tell like man it's weighing on him. He's just too good. I can't stand it.
There were some plays in this game too where it was clearly like the play was throw it to Justin Jefferson, and sometimes they did. It was just like it's a bad pass or he's fucking double covered and he throws it anyway. It's like I think O'Connell does want to get him the ball to like keep him happy, but
he's still so limited at quarterback.
Some of them were just like forced. Like we're really trying, Justin Jefferson, to keep you happy here, but it's like we're at some point like we're really forcing it to you, and it didn't work this game anyways. Jump onto the Packers Bears then.
The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck.
So all is right once again in the NFC North. Packers win 28-21 and move themselves back up to first place. Jordan Love was 17 of 25, 234 yards, 68% completion, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, and it was a real bad pick. I remember seeing it on TV and being like, that was terrible. But I have to watch like I went back and watched the all 22. I was like, was someone supposed to be there? Like, was the roof fucked up? And then I looked at it and I was like, no, I don't see anything that could have justified this pick. And because Jordan Love got asked after the game, it's like, they're like, what happened to this one? He's like, it kind of came off my hand wrong and blah, blah, blah. So I guess no one's fault my own. I was like, I wonder if he's covering for somebody that like fucked up their route. Because no one's ever going to be like, Matthew Golden was supposed to cut back in and he didn't. But I looked at it and I was like, I don't know. There was really nothing there. Like, there didn't look like anyone should have been there. I don't know what happened on that one.
Well, it's kind of always been the thing I always hated on him for. He's been playing really well lately, so I'm not trying to hate on him for this. But like, I didn't see it. But he does he kind of has a boneheaded play every now and then. But a lot of those guys that are like, he's kind of more of a gunslinger. He takes more shots. Those guys do that more often than others. So you might have to take the good with the bad with him.
Oh, you do, and I mean, I'll take that. It sucks. It was like the first drive, and it was looking like a real good drive, and then we just fucking turned the ball over just like that. I'm like, shit, you're going right down the field. We stopped the Bears. We were marching right down the field. It's like, all right, start us something good, and then that happened. I was like, no fucking way. But yeah, I mean, it was, and some of his picks are. You look at him, it's like, man, who the fuck are you throwing that to? But it's like it's only 4 on the season, so it's like you're not throwing bad balls, but like when you do throw the picks, it's like I don't know what was going through your head. And he said this one's like it was cold and it came off my hand wrong. I was like, but you played the rest of the game and you were dropping dimes on people, so I don't understand. Like what? I don't know what happened on that one. It is what it is. It's Jordan Love. He's played fantastic this year, but it was a bad pick. Like I usually try to go take a double look at those and see what was going on. And I don't have an excuse for that one personally. Maybe somebody else out there does, but not me. Other than that, we had Josh Jacobs. He had a pretty good game for a change, 86 yards on 20 attempts. I mean, nothing fantastic, but he had a touchdown. He had one real long run, which was like a 3rd and 1, which really kept the drive alive. But I think the Bears had like 4 guys that should have tackled him, and weaved his way through all 4 of them. It was fun to watch.
No one touched him though. It was like really weird.
Yeah,
I didn't watch the play.
Yeah, they all like hit each other and didn't hit him.
Yeah, I was like, they had him like dead to rights, and then no one touched him, and then he got like 21 yards. Like that play was so weird.
I think it was like none of them wanted to. Everyone else thinks the other guy has him, so no one like wants to go full at him and run into your own teammate or something. I don't know. It's like they all kind of just didn't do. None of them just went for the tackle. Is basically what happened, and then they were all on the ground behind him. It was a weird one. Other notes. Yeah, after the big breakout game from Dontavian Wicks, he followed up with a donut and did absolutely nothing in this one.
Yeah, he didn't even have any targets.
No, not a single target. He didn't play a lot either, and I think he said he had a hurt ankle.
Wicks and Golden played a combined 10 snaps.
Yeah,
this game.
They didn't play much.
But they're both, I mean, they're not healthy. So,
no. Jaden Reed finally came back. He wasn't super involved. He was definitely on a snap count. Didn't play a ton, but he was out there more than Wicks and Golden. He had a couple. He had a couple important plays. I mean, he got some first downs. One was a nice sideline catch. One was like one of those jet sweeps that they love doing with him. And we were doing those with like Xavion. We were doing those with Xavion earlier in the season, and they never fucking worked. But we gave one to Reed this game, and he gets 12 yards out of it. So maybe Reed's just better. I mean, not maybe. Reed is better than Xavion. And you can actually do that kind of play with Reed. Because earlier in the season, it's like every time they did that, it's like, God damn it. We keep running this play. We keep looking like assholes, losing 2 yards every time we do it. But when you give it to Reed, he can actually make a guy miss and get some extra fucking yards. So it's very good to have him back. Christian Watson, he was the star of the receiving core again this week. Last week was kind of Wicks, but Christian was very involved that week too. But Christian Watson is looking like he's starting to look like the star of this receiving core. He does not drop the ball pretty much ever. Some of his first touchdown was an awesome throw. It was like a back foot look. It was a back foot no look throw by Jordan Love when you look back at it. Like he was staring, I can't remember. He was staring to the left and he back foots it and just throws it to the right instead of to the left where he's staring to Watson, and it was an easy touchdown there. And then the other one was like, it was I call it the Jameson Williams play, but it's just the crosser. He gets it, he catches it, he's faster than everyone on the fucking team, and he just houses it. It was a good play. Christian Watson had a fantastic game, and he only had 4 catches. Like they should probably get him more involved going forward. Because
I don't think he is a volume catch guy though. He's like Williams. Like I don't think you want him to be a volume guy, and he's also has an injury history. I don't think you want him being like a possession guy. I think what he's doing, he's kind of playing again the Jameson Williams role that the Lions have. Like that guy isn't meant to be a volume catcher. I think that's what you have Reed for. That's what unfortunately you have Kraft for. I think those are your volume guys, and then you have Watson being the guy that takes the top off, and he's really good at that. But I think if you put him into a possession role, I don't think he'd be as good. I don't think his skill set lines up with that.
It could be, but I don't think. You got to call him injury prone at this point, but I don't. He's got to have like 30 pounds on JMO. Like he's not nearly as skinny, and he's not quite as fast, but he is fucking fast. On that slant, you watch guys trying to chase him. It's like, oh, dude's fucking gone. No one's.
Yeah, he's like a 4.3 guy. He's
housing it.
He's got to at least be like upper 4.3. He's like JMO. Yeah, he's probably like a 4.2 guy, but yeah, that's still one of the fastest players at his position. So, and he's also got the height too. He's like 6'4", so he's kind of good for the jump balls. That's what he's
big body.
He's kind of like a poor man's Randy Moss, That's like a lack of a better comparison for people. Like that's kind of how he plays. And again, that's not a volume guy. That's a guy who you play over the top of defenses, and then he's a big play guy. Fair. So his plays are always going to be big touchdowns, big, yardage plays. I think he's perfect for that, and he's playing well in that role. And that's what matches Love's skill set too. So like they are a very good match. I think they both make each other better because of that. They match up very well.
Yeah. And Reed, he'll have another week now. And I mean, Reed's probably more of the position guy. I mean, he does more of that kind of stuff. And Kraft as well. I mean, we're not going to see him this year, but it'd be fun to see all three of those guys in the field at the same time next
So I
year.
always thought you guys need that guy. Well, actually, Dobbs is your possession guy. That's the guy. Is he healthy right now? I know he gets head injuries.
Yeah,
Yes, but he's been less involved since Christian's like return to action. Honestly, he's been much less involved.
Yeah, he's been kind of
I think
invisible.
that's what you need is an
since
upgrade
Watson
over
came back.
Dobbs.
Yeah,
You need like a better version of Dobbs, and you'll have a really good receiving core next year with Kraft, Watson.
Well,
I
maybe
don't know
that's
if
kind of
Dobbs-
what they're hoping with, and both Savion and
yeah. And I think, I mean, if someone's getting the axe next year, it's going to be Dobbs. Dobbs will get let go.
Yeah,
because we'd have to re-sign him. Christian Watson, we got like because he got injured. I think they offered him like $11 million guaranteed next year, but it's a 1-year thing.
But that
was
contract
kind of
was
like
really smart.
Yeah, but it was kind of like hey man, like you might get injured again. You might never get any money out of the NFL. Would you like $11 million? Play 1 year. $11 million, dude. You'll be set for. You'll be set. Don't have to worry about it. Just don't blow it on stupid shit, and you're fine for the rest of your life.
yeah.
But that's his only contract so far. And I assume maybe even this offseason they might try to restructure something for a little bit more.
I'm sure there was like a
He's been
handshake
fantastic.
deal between him and the Packers too, where it's like, hey, you signed to us because I mean he gave them a deal. Like so, a lot of times teams will give like a handshake deal. It's like, okay, you prove that you're healthy. We'll give you this $11 million right now, and then we will give you a nice 4-year, 25 mil or whatever the going rate is for someone like you at that point. We will definitely make it worth your while. I'm almost positive that's what's happened. Like I said, that was a really smart contract for both parties.
Yeah.
I think it was good for both
both parties. Yeah, I mean, it gives Christian Watson a nest egg. In case you come back, play 3 games, and you fucking blow out your fucking knee again. It's like, well, now I'm never going to play football again. But at least he got $11 million out of it.
It shows the Packers were committed to him. Like they saw him
Yeah.
as a valuable person for the receiving core, and like they're like, hey, we know what you can do, and if it works out, this is gonna be great for everybody. So yeah, smart play.
I think part of it too was like, don't rush back again, because last year he was injured, he came back, re-injured it, and then he missed half of the rest of that season and half of this first season. So it's like, dude, take your time, play when you're ready. You will have you get money next year no matter what happens. So don't try to come back 2 games early to prove yourself and try to earn a contract, because you've got it's a short-term contract, but it is a contract.
Was it fully guaranteed?
I mean, if it's a 1-year contract, how much can you not guarantee out of a 1-year contract?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah. I was just curious.
But yeah, let's flip it to the other side. Caleb Williams and the Bears. Caleb Williams went 19 out of 35, 186 yards, 54% completion, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Swift, he went for 63 yards, and Monunga went 57. So the Packers did good enough in containing that run game. Not their best run stop ever, but considering what that run game has been doing to teams, I will take that any day of the week. This one was much closer than I thought it would be, but the Packers did secure the win. They covered the spread. I think it was 6.5, and they won by 7. So it was a good win at home. Bears. I've watched Caleb Williams a lot this year, and once again, low completion percentage. He threw a pick. He doesn't do many of those. He avoided a lot of sacks in this game. That impresses me every time I watch him. I'm just like, the dude has eyes in the back of his fucking head. I swear to God.
He's athletic as fuck.
Or he has like supersonic hearing or something, because he always knows when someone's about to fucking smoke him from his blind side. Like, he always fucking knows. And he's fast.
One of the best scramblers I've seen ever. And that's at a young age.
Yeah.
Like he's
he
very
ran away
impressive.
from. There were a lot of sacks too, where it's like, I think Gary was on him one of them, and Caleb takes off. I mean, he just scrambled. I think he threw it away, but it's like, Caleb was significantly faster. I'm like, God damn it, Gary, why are you so fucking slow?
He's going to be close to a 4.4 guy. Like when he gets, like, I don't know what I know he didn't run, but like when he starts to move, like, Mahomes had that like sneaky speed, but he's faster than Mahomes. And like, that's always his comparison. He's got a gear above Mahomes. Like he could be a running quarterback if he wanted to, but he does play pocket first, which is what you should do to be the best quarterback you can be. But yeah, he definitely has that, in the back of his sleeve. And like, I kind of thought, you were talking about how this game was going to be like a Packer stomp. That was actually one of my concerns, is like, he can neutralize a great pass rush because of how incredible he is scrambling, and add that with the off platform throws. If he can get the like consistent, like play to play stuff down, I think this guy could be the best quarterback in the league eventually. Like I don't think he's there.
Yeah.
But I think the talent is just like it pops off, and it's. I don't like the Bears having him. If we're talking about 5 years from now, I am more scared of Caleb Williams and Jordan Love because I think Jordan Love is going to be a good quarterback. He's going to stay a good quarterback. I just think Caleb Williams could be the best quarterback in the league eventually, and I think with Ben Johnson he can get there. But I still think he's not going to.
If he can become a well, he's so good when he's scrambling too. Like that's when he's most accurate. That's when he's at his best. Like he's not as good in the pocket as he is out of it.
Give Ben Johnson.
I can't exactly fact check that right now, but I'm pretty sure his completion percentage out of the pocket is way better than in the pocket.
Well, his two best throws in this game, he was scrambling to the right, and yeah, one was. I mean, it was a sideline ball to I think it was Cole Kmet. Was it Cole Kmet? Yeah, it was Cole Kmet. And he just he was covered well. I can't remember who was covering him, but he was on him.
That was the best throw of the game.
But I mean, he just dimed him like right over the head. I was like, that's a fucking good throw. But then that touchdown pass he made, I was like, wow,
that
is a crazy fucking pass, dude. What a pass! Like I couldn't even be that mad about it. I was like, dude, was fucking covered. Like and the receiver even got a hand on the ball, and it just. He had such velocity on it. It just shoots. It just like smacks the dude's hand back and lands in the dude's arms. And like, nuts, dude. That was a nuts throw. And then at the same time, you see him do stupid ass shit. Like he's sitting in the pocket and the guy's coming across and he just like throws it like either 3 yards above his head or like 2 yards behind him. It's like, what the? That's an easy pass. How do you make such a good throw and then miss such an easy throw? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, that's like he doesn't do well. Like he's not like a routine thrower. Like he can't do the Jared Goff thing. Like as much as Jared Goff can't do what he does, like, he can't do what Jared Goff does, which is crazy.
He's the opposite.
Like, he has the
exact opposite.
Yeah, like their strengths are completely opposite, and that's why I said if he can get even like above average on the play-to-play, like in structure stuff, he is going to be one of the scariest players in the league. And it's. I think Ben Johnson can get him there, and that's the worst part. Is like Ben Johnson has the ability to do that, and this is a guy that can be ruined very easily too, but they might have the right coach and everything for him.
I don't know. We'll see the season. We'll see how the end of the season plays out for them, because I still don't know if he's that good. I mean, he makes some amazing throws. Like I said, he's awesome at avoiding sacks, like I said, but I still don't know if I believe in the Bears that much. I think they could be like the next, like the Commanders from last year, like fucking dominant, look awesome 1 year, and the next year it's like, boy, they stink. Like Jane Daniels are not. They stink in every game. Like they just don't look good. And with all these wins that they've had this year, where it's like, man, you guys lead the lead in turnover differentials by like double the next team, and all these wins are piling up against like crummy teams and you're winning by like a point or 3 points. But
then they're playing the good teams hard too. So it's like it's one of those things. Yeah, they're beating the bad teams. They're definitely the turnovers is a big deal, and like those are the case for people to return or teams to return to the medium the next year because obviously turnovers are pretty random. But the thing is, it's just consistency is all they are proving. Like every time they're playing against teams, they're playing them well. I mean, yeah, they played the Eagles, but the Eagles were like, well, it's the Eagles, but they played the Packers stuff. You guys thought it was gonna be a walk, and then you got to see it. Like that's how they've been all year. So
yeah, I mean
they just need
that game was close. Maybe. I mean, honestly, at the end of that game, there was definitely in my stomach. I was like, we're gonna fucking lose this game right now, aren't we? They're right.
Here's the thing.
They're
How
in the red zone.
Caleb Williams in that situation.
I'm like, they are going to get a touchdown, and they're going to go for 2, and they're probably going to get it, and we're going to fucking lose by 1 point. With we'll have like 0 seconds left on the clock or 10 seconds left on the clock, like something stupid where I know we're not going to fucking get to come back. I mean that last play of the game, but that's what I'm talking about. That's what Caleb Williams does every so often. Is like, what a terrible throw! What a terrible decision to even throw that. Maybe it's a bad play call, but also, why would you throw that? You could have ran for the first down there too. It's like none of it made much sense. It was just that was a bad decision. And I'm not saying he sucks under pressure because he has had a lot of fourth quarter end of game comebacks this year. So that can't be it. But that was bad. That was a bad play.
That's the thing. Those fourth quarter comebacks and playing well in that situation is generally the marks of a really good quarterback. So that's like the completion percentage is a concern, but like he is really good in those moments. And I'm sure you guys didn't feel good with him with the ball in his hand at the end. Like he makes plays.
I would rather have him with the ball in his hands than them running the ball right there. because they weren't super effective, but like I said, I mean, their running backs weren't slacking off. They were getting 2 or 3 yards every time at least, if not 5 or 6. Like, they didn't have any big bust out runs, which is what I was really worried about. That's what you saw last week against the Eagles, and they have a good front seven too. Mm-hmm. And they were getting gashed, but I mean, we always held them to like 3 to 6 yards at a chunk, or maybe 8 yards, but there were no like big ones where it's like, fuck, that really sets us back. But I mean, their run game was, I think, more effective than their pass game. Well, I don't think it was more effective. I mean,
Caleb struggled in the beginning. I didn't watch the game that closely. I was actually at a birthday party for my niece, so I just kind of looked at the stats. But I know there was like a point he was like 1 of like, or 2 of like 9 or something. He was definitely playing pretty poor in the beginning of the game.
There was a point in the first half where who was it? Our one cornerback had actually produced more yards for the Bears than their entire offense had, between a face mask and then a personal foul, which was a bullshit personal foul. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, the Bears did not look bad. They looked pretty good, but I think Caleb Williams is the weak link on that team. Their run game is great. Their O-line isn't playing great. Their defense isn't good. They just get a lot of turnovers.
They're opportunistic. They have a lot of ball hawks.
Yeah, and even in this game, they weren't opportunistic. Jordan Love just gave him one. He straight up just gave him one. I mean, it wasn't like they didn't like snatch any from us. Like, Jordan Love just had a terrible throw and let him have it. But we got one back at the end, so it was all even. They didn't win the turnover differential. They didn't win the game. That's the story of the Bears this year. Any closing thoughts on the Packers or the Bears?
Could we get a little love for Bo Melton?
Bo Melton, dude. My cousin was like, Jordan, that wasn't a great throw from Jordan Love. He kind of underthrew it, but he was so open. I was like, I guess it works. Like, no one was close enough to him, so he kind of just stopped and he caught it and then fell backwards into the end zone. My cousin was like, I was like, why the fuck's no one covering that guy? I was like, who the fuck? Oh, that was Bo Melton. I like, no wonder no one was covering him. I wouldn't fucking cover him either. He doesn't catch shit. That guy's not even good. He was a fucking quarterback 2 weeks ago, and now he's one of our receivers again. I don't know what's going on with that guy.
I don't know.
I don't think he's good.
He was. What was it? Not last year, but I think the year before. Like, I remember him coming up like big late in games. Like, he was never like
he had 1 or 2. Yeah.
Like, he just, when they needed a first down, all of a sudden it was Bo Melton like catching some ridiculous, badly thrown ball, but converting for a first down. I don't know.
Yeah, Bo Melton.
Like, if he can just like make a good, like, I don't know, he might be a nice little asset to have.
Maybe
at receiver depth. You never. I mean, what is he? Their 7th receiver?
Well, I think he's listed as a corner currently. I think he's a cornerback for our team.
Because
position.
I wrote because they've got Watson, Reed, Wicks, Dobbs, Savion, Golden, and then Melton. Yeah. So I mean, we
released Malik Heath this last week.
Oh, they released him?
Malik Heath, yeah, and he got claimed by somebody. I think the Falcons claimed him.
Good, because he's not a bad receiver.
No. But and I think part of I think the only reason he's in the game is because Reed's first week back from injury, Golden is his first week back from injury, Wicks is injured. Like, I don't think Bo Melton's going to be part of this receiving core going forward. There's no way. There's too many guys that are significantly better than him.
The only reason I can think of that he might still be around is because he can play both positions. So we
don't even use him for corner really.
Thankfully, because they don't need to. But maybe just if they need that extra depth, Melton's a guy that's there that can do both.
I mean, the gist I got from him during the offseason was, hey, if you want to stay on the team, you're gonna have to play corner. And he was like, all right, I can play corner. It's like, okay. If that's what you want to do. And then, our receiver started getting hurt, and it's like, hey, you want to be receiver again? He's like, okay.
Maybe that's like one of those like unsung guys you like to have on your team. That just, he's nothing special, but can step up.
If he was like really good at special teams, that'd be awesome. If he could be like our punt returner or kick returner or something. But I wouldn't trust him to catch kicks or punts, personally.
Hasn't he done that before, though?
He probably has. But is he
I swear, I don't think so.
Maybe not. I don't know.
The only person I remember like muffing or dropping or sucking was Savion.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't really do that. I mean, that was just the playoff Eagles game, and he didn't fucking drop it. That was just robbery
that
by
wasn't Savian's a rookie
referees.
this year. Who was it last year?
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of our cornerback one.
Keyshawn Nixon.
Yeah, Nixon.
What an awesome pick.
Yeah,
that pick was sweet.
That was a fantastic read by him. He was on the opposite side of the line, and he saw was it Loveland or Komet? I don't know who was running down there, but he spotted that, and he's like, he abandoned his coverage. And he's like, I know what's happening here.
Yeah.
And he ran right at the guy. I was like,
that was his first pick of the season.
Play. Yeah, well, he had to make up for those couple of dumbass penalties he had. So good on him. So yeah, NFC North standings. We got the Packers in first once again at 9-3-1. Bears are in second at 9-4. Lions at third at 8-5, and the Vikings are in fourth at 5-8. So Vikings, I think, are not technically still out of it. If we all lose out and they win out, they get to 9 wins. So they're not eliminated yet, but odds are not great for them.
That'd be insane if the Lions could go 12-5 and miss the playoffs. That would be insane.
I'm sure
it's
possible. It's possible.
Yeah, that's pretty.
NFC is no joke this year. Yeah. Other games. So we got the Chiefs. They lose to the Texans. So the Chiefs continue to look not great. Texans continue their win streak and actually are looking like they're making a playoff run now. They looked down and out at the start of the season, and now they're looking like contenders. I mean, that defense has been fantastic. Their offense still doesn't look awesome, but I mean, this is the team that's been to the playoffs the last 2 years with Stroud as their quarterback, and it looks like they might go again. I've been impressed by the Texans for the last month now. They look very good, and even when they had that backup in, they were still looking good. That defense is playing lights out football.
I think it's by far the best defense in the league. Well, I guess the
Oh,
Browns are
yeah.
there too. They're just making every quarterback look like a joke. Like it's the best quarterbacks in the league, and it doesn't matter. They make them all look like jokes. This defense is just absurd.
Like CJ Stroud he's average. Like he's
above average, but yeah,
I think
But like they have good receivers. And Tank Dell, one of their best, hasn't even been healthy all year. Marks and Chubb are doing just enough in the running game. I think the Texans are something no one wants to see in the playoffs.
I would not.
Here's the thing: they're my Super Bowl pick right now.
I'm not looking. Oh, are they? That's crazy. I'm not looking forward to playing the Broncos as the Packers this week, and the Texans would be scarier.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about the
Green Bay is favored.
They are favored by 2.5.
Yeah, they are favored to win in Denver,
which means they're really favored by 5.5 based on the home team thing. But that's surprising too. That's the number 1 seed in the AFC. We're favored against them. I don't want to go off too much off track, but yeah, I mean the Texans. Yeah, just their defense. Not unlike the Broncos. Not unlike the Packers, to be perfectly honest. They're going to keep you in every game. You're never going to get your ass whooped. I
feel like
the rest of the season.
They're the only defense in the league that's strong on all 3 levels.
Yeah.
They're strong on the front. They have awesome linebackers, and they might have the best secondary in the league.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
Yeah, I think the Packers have very good safeties, but our corners are not that great.
Right.
I think our safeties are actually awesome. But
I think they're going to be a
too.
defense that we're going to talk about for years and years and years. This is the Baltimore
Ravens. If they go to the Super Bowl and win
Giants,
it will be.
They are going to be in that category, I think. What they've done to Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and everything, it's beyond impressive now. They are just, yeah.
Their last month run is nuts.
And they get
they're gelling now.
So many sacks. They are so disruptive. No quarterback has time. It is some of the most impressive defense I've seen in years. And I really think as long as Stroud can just keep the offense afloat, which I think he can, and their offensive line's been playing really good this year. That's always been their downside. They actually have one of the better pass blocking lines in the league this year. So I think now that they're kind of getting into the swing of things, and actually CJ Stroud's played really well against other AFC teams. I think he's got 8 touchdowns, 3 picks, a 97, 98 pass rate just against AFC teams. So his struggle's been more against NFC teams. I just think they're about to hit a run. I think they're going to win the division. And they already beat the Bills and they just crushed the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I don't know what quarterback is left in the AFC that can beat them, other than probably Lamar, who's hobbled right now. Maybe he gets
Lamar's
there,
not
but they might not even
beating
make the
them.
No,
playoffs.
Lamar's no. Oh my God, I think
But
the
Allen-
Texans handily beat.
Allen is
handily
like the
win that
one guy
game.
to beat him. I think that's the one team that's going to beat them if they don't make it. That's the one matchup. I think it might be the Bills and Texans, and I'm going to pick the Texans because they showed what they did to Josh Allen. So maybe they'll play a little better, but
Was that game at home or was that in Buffalo?
When they played Buffalo, I think that was at Buffalo, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
To it.
I don't know how it works because it shows Bills on the left, Texans on the right. It doesn't say where.
Yeah, I mean, regardless.
It was in the
Well,
Houston. I could see the logo on the field.
They beat him. Okay, but they beat him without CJ Stroud. He didn't even fucking play. They had their backup quarterback in there, and they beat the Bills. And
if I was a betting man, I'd put money on
them
it right now. Whatever the odds are, I'd put it on
really?
them. I think so. I think they're going
to make the Super Bowl or to win the Super Bowl.
To make it, I think the NFC is better overall. So I just think the AFC is on a down year. All the top teams are pretty much that we've seen over the years are all in a down year. And I told you last week, I think it's going to be a team that no one's really thinking of. And the one team I can think of that's that team right now that everyone kind of, didn't think was even going to make the playoffs a couple weeks ago was the Texans. Like I said, I think they're going on a run right now. I think this defense is going to be like a legendary defense. We're going to talk about it 10 years from now. Like, do you remember that Texans defense? And that's just enough for me to be like, I think they're going to make it.
You'd have to win the Super Bowl to have that kind of clout. Like,
I think as long as they make it.
85 Bears defense, if they don't win the Super Bowl, it'd be like, I don't think they'd have that clout of, we just carried our team all the way to the Super Bowl and won it. But if you make it to the Super Bowl and lose, like, I feel like you just don't get the clout. So I think they'd have to win the whole thing to have that kind of, that's one of the best defenses of all time. Like, literally, our offense didn't do much all season. We just held teams to nothing and embarrassed the other team every week. So we just kept winning. Other matchups, we had the Steelers. They beat the Ravens to keep the AFC North very competitive, or not competitive, depending on how you want to look at it. I mean, that division, that's usually like a baller division, and they all look like shit this season. I don't know who's coming out of that. Honestly, at this point, I think the Steelers are going to have like a 9-8 record and go to the playoffs again, because that's what the Steelers always do. They squeak into the playoffs barely with a barely winning record, and then they embarrass themselves in the first round.
So it's perfectly fit for Aaron Rodgers.
I would say, like, this time, for once, the Steelers would actually have a home game, because I feel like they're usually squeaking in as a wild card because the Ravens win the division or the Bengals win the division, but they might actually win the division this year because the division doesn't look good. I don't know if the Ravens are going to do it. They like every week you expect them to bounce back a little bit, and every week they don't. They just keep looking not good every week.
I just think Lamar looks better every week. He gets a little bit healthier, it seems like. So I feel like they just get going on a streak. And like the Steelers have the Dolphins, they have the Lions, they have the Ravens, and they have the Browns. They could easily lose all 4 of those games. Like Dolphins are
not losing the Browns.
Are you kidding me? The Browns have a great defense, and Shredder Sanders somehow can throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like, I mean,
and lose the game to the fucking Titans. I didn't even put that one in here, but I mean, the Titans get their second win of the season.
Yeah, Browns defense is still really good. I could easily. Let's say this. I think they're going to go 1-3 in their Final Four. The Steelers will. I don't think Rodgers is playing very well. I don't trust Rodgers anymore. I think he might be one of the worst quarterbacks in the league.
So you think the Ravens will win at least 2 of their final games then?
Yeah,
because they would still need.
I think the Ravens beat the Steelers, and they at least win another game. And I think the Steelers go 1-3.
Yeah, but I mean that's a weird division. Jaguars, they smoked the Colts as the Colts continued their downward spiral. Heebs, you're the big Colts guy on the show. What do you have to say about this?
It went real bad for
You're glazing them all the first 5 episodes. You were glazing these guys.
Yeah,
Jones.
I was just like,
Colts,
dude,
best team in the NFL.
Like I totally jumped on Daniel Jones bandwagon because it's like I was rooting for this guy. I'm like, dude, I fucking hate the Giants, and like I don't know, like he looked good when he was healthy, and they had a good situation for him, but he couldn't stay healthy, and then at times he just looked like shit. So it's like, okay, I hope he does something with the Colts, and then they looked like world beaters the first half of the season, but now they're not even gonna make the playoffs.
They look like they are going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah, he tore his ACL, and they literally today just signed Phillip Rivers to their practice squad. Dude's a quarterfinalist for this Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah,
At 24 years old, hasn't played since 2020, and he's now on their practice squad. But he's a grandfather. Yeah, he is a certified grandfather. Yes,
we're gonna have a grandpa.
I'm so.
What else? Oh, but I think they brought. I think they. I don't think there's any serious scenario in which he's going to play. I think they brought him in because he was Riley Leonard's mentor in college. So I think that's why they kind of brought him in to kind of work with Riley to get him acclimated. I don't think there's any serious scenario other than, fucking shit, we got to start this guy. Because if he would end up playing it down, he wouldn't be eligible for the Hall of Fame until 2031, which he's going to be a surefire no matter what. So I don't think he's worried about that. But I don't think there's any serious scenario in which he would actually take a snap in the regular season.
He's not a surefire guy, is he?
I think so.
I wouldn't think
he is
like
either. Nothing. He just has stats.
He's never had postseason.
He never won a Super Bowl, but he was one of the league's best quarterbacks for years.
He was like a top 5, maybe top. He was like top 10 his entire career.
Yeah, but that's not a Hall of Famer.
But I don't know.
Very
no MVPs. Yeah, no MVPs, no Super Bowls.
Just say Locke is a little ridiculous. Like even Stafford
before
the Super Bowl wasn't, or even after the Super Bowl.
I would say he's a better quarterback than Dan Marino.
That's a wild take.
No, I'm serious.
It's almost as crazy as trying to say Micah Parsons is going to win Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Man, if Myles Garrett could have just not had a sack last week and Micah Parsons could have had 3, it would have been a discussion.
Well, okay, no.
Now we're running out of time.
If Dan Marino just didn't play football, then yeah, Phillip Rivers would have been better.
Okay. So this is a conversation after, but I would say that Phillip Rivers had a better career. Well, no. Okay, hold on. Let me, because it was like Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning. Remember that draft?
Oh yeah, it's like the first draft.
So I would so Eli was the one that won 2 Super Bowls, but
he's better than Eli.
Yes, he is better than Eli. Like Eli, he was a better quarterback than Eli throughout his career.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't think many people would argue that.
Yeah, and also Eli had a legendary Super Bowl run. That it's all about, championships. It's all about that. I mean, I agree. On a play-to-play basis, on a season-to-season basis, Phillip Rivers is a better quarterback than Eli Manning, but he doesn't have the rings, and that is going to stop him. And he's also in a quarterback class that has just insane talent. Because you also didn't say Ben Roethlisberger, who is also going to get in the Hall of Fame. So he's not going to be the first guy or second guy in his own class. So I
still think he's worthy to get in.
I think he's going to be borderline. He might be one of those guys that gets in like 15 years. I don't think he's going to get in right away.
No, I totally agree with what you said. I think others should get in before him, but I do agree. I still think he is Hall of Fame worthy.
I think he's I'd say he's Hall of Fame worthy, but I don't think he's surefire Hall of Fame.
I have a clip for you.
Maybe we're nitpicking the clip at this point.
There was a play where Phillip Rivers threw like a 90-yard touchdown. He's just like, "Whoa! Yeah, 90-yard touchdown!" He's just screaming in the defender's ear right next to the ref. The ref's like,
"That was against the Jaguars." I remember that.
Yeah. To Antonio Gates.
He's like, "Be humble" or something. He's like,
this was his
Phil's like, "I'll scream in your ear if I want to." Dude, Phillip Rivers is like the best trash talker of all time. So I love Phillip Rivers. I mean, I
think that might have been like a Pierre Garçon touchdown.
Yeah, some 90-yard touchdown. Anyway, I didn't know who caught it. Yeah. It was a hilarious clip. I'll see if I can send it. We could put that at the end of the podcast. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Good luck, Phillip Rivers, if you're actually going to play.
Yeah.
And so Tampa Bay.
Good luck, Grandpa.
Saints. Yeah. Good luck, Gramps. Tampa Bay loses the Saints, so Tampa Bay might just be blowing their shot at the playoffs this year, and the Panthers are probably going to take it. That's my opinion. I think the Panthers have looked better than Tampa Bay this year. First half of the season be damned. We're week 14. The Panthers look better.
Where were those Baker Mayfield
for the past 6 weeks? For the past 6 weeks, I'd say Panthers are better than the Tampa Bay. I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
I know there's a lot of injuries to Tampa Bay, but
Tampa Bay
you gotta say it like you see it.
Yeah, Tampa was supposed to run away with this division, and they just lost to the fucking Saints.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the fucking Saints. You can't lose to the Saints.
No,
that's embarrassing.
This is Tyler Shuff.
He played pretty well.
A
Actually.
backup
I
to a
don't
shitty
mind that
quarterback.
guy. I don't mind that guy. I think honestly,
better
the
than
Saints
Rattler?
should probably stick with him for a year. Oh, he's better than Rattler. I think they should stick with him for like a year or two and just like build up the rest of their roster. I think the teams
Well,
like try
clear
to
your
get
salary cap for a year or two and start over finally.
I don't know. Who the hell are the Saints even paying? Kamara?
You're paying a bunch of retired guys at this point.
Exactly.
I don't know.
It's like
They just kept
5
pushing off
years
all
of,
their
like-
shit for like the last 7 years. They're like, no, we're still good.
They
It's like,
sold-
dude, you guys suck.
They
cannot
sold their
keep-
souls for the Breeze Super Bowl, and it's just been downhill.
Yeah,
ever
well, even
since.
after Breeze, they brought in a Carr, and they're like, no, we're still good. It's like, the Carr is not good
Dude,
enough.
they had Jameis. Jameis was Breeze's
Oh, that's right.
replacement.
That's right. Carr was
their
they-
highest
they
paid
brought in
player on their
Carr instead,
roster is Taysom Hill. He's got 23 million of dead cap. They actually don't seem to have any of their old names on here anymore. So a lot of the
Okay,
dead
so
cap
they
is
finally
gone.
cleared the books.
So it's probably been the last year or two they lost it. But yeah,
Cameron
okay,
Jordan was their last,
Taysom
their
Hill
last big.
is ridiculous. But again, look at Alvin Kamara. He's going to have to come off. He's a $28 million dead cap hit. Cameron Jordan, another $28 million dead cap hit. Demario
Yeah, there's a
Davis.
lot of, like-
Yeah, that was the guy I was thinking of. Cameron
These
Jordan.
guys are all
Probably a lot of
old,
little shits like that.
right? They're all at
Yeah.
the end of their careers. So they have a lot of like gutting to do to this roster. But yeah, I think they stick with Shaw for a year or two and just build up their roster and then
That's what they
draft
should
your
do.
quarterback later. That's what I would like to see them do. I think Shaw's good enough.
And
to
they
keep
traded
them
away
competitive.
Rashid Shaheed this year too.
Mhm.
So I think they finally accepted the fact that they're not good anymore. It took them a little too long to realize you're not contenders, but
I mean, they basically have
You
Chris
know,
Olave and
least they
like
got
nothing
there.
else.
yeah. And
But that's
Kamara,
not
but
good.
Kamara is just old and fucking hurt all the time now. So
I'm just looking at like players that you like can build around. It's like Olave, maybe some offensive linemen. There's like,
but I mean, I'm
like
just
Juwan
curious what you guys
Johnson's on
think. Yeah.
Was
I'm
that?
curious what you guys think though, is like who's the better team in that division right now? The Tampa Bay or is it the Panthers?
Carolina.
I think it's Carolina too.
Carolina has the better wins on their resume.
I'm going to take Tampa just because of their history, and I think they've also been dealing with some injuries. And Baker Mayfield has played a little off the last couple of weeks. But this is also
Very
the Baker
off.
Mayfield special, where it's like he kind of looks like, hey, this guy's finally getting it. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and then he does this. So it could just be that he's just not one of those top tier guys. But I just think overall, I like the roster over in Tampa more, and they have like the same record. So sometimes teams go
Yeah, they
in
do.
ebbs and flows. So maybe Tampa gets it going once they get Mike Evans back and their receivers are all healthy. Because they also they just got what's his name back, Chris Godwin. Like he's finally getting healthier now.
Yeah.
He was injured,
Yeah.
so it's like their receiving core is going to be healthy in like a week or two, and I think that puts them ahead of Carolina in my opinion. But
Like
Yeah, Carolina's
Buka's
been impressive,
Buka's
too.
been weird too. And Buka was awesome this year. at the
Yeah,
start of the
he's been
season, but
quiet,
He's
I feel
dropped, I mean, he dropped an easy touchdown pass this last week. I mean, he's had some bad. He's just missed some balls in the last like month or so. And it's like, damn, you were looking dominant, like absolutely dominant to start this year, and now he's not looking good at all. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that division. It's a weird one.
it'll be fun
I
to
mean-
watch those two duke it out because I'm sure they have to play one more, and then yeah, they're pretty
I
much
think
dead
they
set on
do.
records right now. So they're gonna have a
Yeah.
fun finish to the season. Those two.
And then I have one more written down, but I didn't write down the Monday night one a little bit. But Joe Burrow, he threw back-to-back picks, including a pick six to blow a big lead against the Bills. I mean, Joe Burrow, like they had a shot at the playoffs because their division is so crappy. And boy, that's a painful way.
Yeah.
That's a painful way to lose. Like, and they were literally the same picks were the exact same thing. Like literally a lineman jumped up and the first one, a lineman jumped up, snatched it out of the air, ran it for a touchdown. The next one, a lineman jumps up, slaps it, and the next guy behind him picks it. In literally back-to-back plays. That's brutal. And the Bills, fuck, they had them. The Bengals were beating the Bills the entire fucking game
Yeah.
until the fourth quarter when that happened.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, way to lose that game, Joe Burrow. It sucks because he was playing lights out that game. It looked like for most of that game, I was like, fuck, the Bengals might actually win the AFC North. Like I thought there was a chance of it with how he was playing. And
They'd have a
nope,
big game
not
this
anymore.
week then
That
too,
pretty much
because
is
they
right out the
could have
window.
beat the Ravens, and that would have probably then started the conversation. Because, like I said, if the Steelers go 1-3, they beat the Ravens, they would have probably been like 2 games, and they might have had the division.
Mm-hmm. I think they're technically still alive for playoff, but they're alive like the Vikings are, like basically not alive.
Can I jump back to the last conversation?
Which one?
Tampa and Carolina play each other twice in the next 4
they haven't
weeks.
played each other at all yet.
They have not played each other yet.
Ooh,
There's our next. We should have like a season bet
whoever
for the
wins
end
the
of the
division.
season with that.
Carolina's remaining games are the Bucks twice, the Saints, and the Seahawks.
Ooh, the Seahawks is rough.
That's a rough one.
They're gonna lose that one for sure.
Yeah,
I can't say that. They beat the fucking Rams.
Yeah, no
I can't say they're gonna lose the Seahawks. After
Yeah,
that.
the Rams went from West Coast to East Coast. That's always a game that teams lose. I can't hate
it. Both ways.
If there's a
East Coast teams,
but if there's a quarterback that I trust to break down and fuck the game up, it's definitely Sam Darnold over
Bryce Young.
Yeah. I mean, Sam Darnold could choke and lose it. Like
you're talking Rams.
Stafford did fuck up and lose that game for him, but I think it's way more likely that Sam Darnold would do that than Stafford would.
I just like the Seahawks. The Seahawks are like not far off of the Texans defense wise. I just think their defense will just keep them in every game, and I just don't think Bryce Young is. I don't know. Bryce Young's weird though. Like he'll have games where he looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and it just looks like complete garbage. So I mean, if he's on, maybe he can.
Same with Rico Dowdle.
Yeah,
Rico Dowdle will have games where he looks like the best fucking running back in the NFL, and then he has games where he does fucking nothing. And
I think those games those games coincide.
Yeah, it might be.
Did you look at the Bucs
everything
schedule?
clicks at the same time.
I have not looked at Tampa's schedule. I just
Let's
looked
look at Tampa's schedule. We should make a bet on that for the end of the year because you guys both like them.
Oh, I like
the Panthers, and I like the Bucs.
I'd take Carolina to win that division right now. I don't care what the schedule is. I'd take Carolina to win that division.
I'm even with the Seahawks, regardless, looking at the schedule. But
the rest doesn't matter. They play each other twice. And that's what's going to determine it for the most part. Like whatever they lose the Seahawks, they lose the
Panthers
Seahawks
twice. So they have two easier games. But
Falcons
not
and the Dolphins.
layups.
I mean, those are easy ones. But regardless, it's going to come down to the fights against each other more than anything else. I'd take Panthers.
Taking the Bucs.
I don't know what we're betting on though.
Speaking of which,
we don't have to figure out right now. We can figure out by when do they play? Let's do this. They play Sunday, December 21st. So we have a game before that. We should make a bet on that episode because that would be the final week of the season for fantasy. So that'll be a fun thing to end the season on. Then we can put it into something with like the next time we meet up for like the draft or something. We'll figure out something.
And then the only other matchup we had this week was the Monday night one, which I wrote this up before Monday night, so I didn't have it. But the Eagles lost to the Chargers in the dumbest game I've ever seen on Monday night.
Oh God!
I mean, if you stayed up till the end,
things I've ever seen in
props to you. Like I literally stayed up to watch this because I wanted to do the fantasy write-up, and I wanted to have the playoff schedule to talk about today. And then it fucking goes to overtime, and I'm like, God fucking damn it, overtime, suck my ass. And then that finally ends, and I'm like, all right, ESPN, what are the standings? And ESPN just won't update them. They don't update them until the next day at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
No.
So I couldn't even do it. I was like, God damn it. But anyways, this game was just so dumb. Everyone was turning the fucking ball over. Jalen Hurts set a new record, never been done before, but he threw a pick and fumbled the ball in a single fucking play. Unbelievable.
FYI, if anybody gets the chance, watch the Monsters Inc. Disney Plus did a Monsters Inc. like animated live thing, kind of like Nickelodeon did.
Yeah.
So they did that with the 2 turnover play. Was oh my God! If you get a chance, look it up. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean this game was fun. The overtime was so stupid. The Chargers get the ball first. They have a good drive, but they have to settle for a field goal. The Eagles get the ball. They go down the field. They look like they're stopped for a field goal. You know, was it 4th down or 3rd down? It was 3rd down. I can't remember. But I mean, it's 3rd and 3 or 4th and 3. I think 4th and 3. Like everyone in the whole fucking world knows they're just trying to get you to jump off sides. And the Chargers jump off fucking sides on a hard count and give them the first down.
Was that the one where the center moved his head and then they gave it to the defensive end? That was a bullshit call.
The center move? Was it a bad call? Okay.
I was
watching silently. I didn't hear announcers or anything, but like
pissed.
on the screen, clearly, like a defender jumped off sides. I didn't notice if a.
Yeah,
They don't
that's
call the
one of those
Eagles
ones
for
that I don't like.
jumping
because
off sides.
The
So why
refs
would they
never
call them
call
moving
it.
their head?
The centers are like starting to bob their head, and then, like that's false start on the center, but they don't always call it. It's one of those ones where they try to get away with it, and they always do it on those short yardage plays. And unfortunately, he fell
Sure.
for it. But that was definitely he was pissed because he was like, "Yo, the center, moved his head." But yeah, that one did suck.
Well, they got it, and they got the first down. So it's like, well, now they have because that would have been like a 48-yard field goal, like nothing long, maybe a 50, nothing long, but like it's definitely. You're probably going to make that and at least tie it up. But they get the first down. It's like, fuck, now the Eagles get 4 more downs. What are they going to do? And 3 plays later, Jalen Hurts just throws an interception and ends the game. That's how it ended. I was like, what a fucking fitting ending for that game. For it to end on a stupid fucking interception. Because that's what the whole game was.
Yeah.
It's 2 quarterbacks just throwing dumbass picks and everyone turning the ball over.
Was there eight total turnovers that
Yeah, I
game
don't
between
even know.
both teams?
I mean, there was 2 in one play, which is
Yeah.
wild. So I guess it was 3 in that one play, right? Because the picks, that's a turnover. They fumbled it. Eagles got it back, so that's another turnover.
And then
the
Jalen
Eagles
had
fumbled
one
it
of those,
again.
Crazy
That's
statistics.
the 3rd turnover.
Too. They had one of those crazy statistics too, where like their defense had like 4 turnovers. They're like the only team to lose like in that situation of like one of like 500 games. So it's just like one of those situations that like never happens.
When you turn it over back that many times,
Exactly.
I would just like to say the Chargers defense in that game, their performance got me into my work league playoffs.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, in fantasy also, that pick plus fumble counted as -4 because he had a pick and he had a fumble in the same fucking play. So
Yeah, they
-4
said like 300
points
people lost their fantasy games off of that play. Just because of the second turnover. It was like 300 people in the ESPN. I got up to watch the game. I turned it on, and I turned it on like 2 plays before that play. And then I saw that play. I just turned it off. Like, I don't want to watch this anymore. This is this is terrible. I feel like Yakety Sack should have been playing the whole time.
Well, I had the just for shits and giggles. I'm like, I got to check out this Monsters Inc. broadcast. So I had that on while I was doing some patching on PCs on my laptop, and all of a sudden, like, because they still had the commentary and stuff going on in the back. And I heard Hurts throw the pick, so then I turned my head and started watching. And just watched because he threw the pick to Sully, so then Sully was the one who ended up fumbling. Oh my! So funny.
Yeah, it's kind of fun watching.
Is this real life right now?
Is there like a new movie coming out? Or are they trying to promote something?
Not to my knowledge. That was just what they chose to do the animation with, I guess.
All right, should we call her there?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the football half of the show. And enjoy your Jameis Winston quote of the week. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Which team is going to eat a W in this one?
This is the AFC showdown we all have been waiting for, and I think it's going to come down to who dominates the line of scrimmage. I believe the Ravens will be snacking on a few W's in December, and I think they start off with Pittsburgh.
All right, so, Jameis, will Philly pop that thing in the oven against the Chargers?
Did you just pop? An excellent opportunity they have to pop that thing in the oven.
Why don't you pop that thing? Show us how you pop that thing.
The patience, the consistency of Jalen Hurts and his Eagles. I think the temperature, they're going to turn the heat up. They got to turn the heat up after last week. Yep. But the temperature is going to be
375.
just right for them to bake the Chargers on Monday Night Football.
Saints Bucks, Tampa holding the slightest lead in the NFC South. Jameis, of course, we know you got history with both teams. Who gets the win here?
It's tough for me, but since we talking about bacon, how about us talk about the baker? Mayfield, that is. I see Tampa at home, man. They're playing good. Their defense is starting to turn up at the right time.
Yeah.